No, I said for all the listeners out there that are kind of thinking along the same lines and are upset about, Lincoln Park and Chester and everything like that. Like, we're all connected, and the best thing that we can do is what I did today, and I just went through two of their albums and just blared all their music and tried to sing all their songs as best as possible. Just to feel that connection again is a crazy thing. So yeah, I've been listening to Linkin Park all day. As a matter of fact, I was getting an oil change this morning, and one of their live performances was on YouTube. So I was like, oh yeah, checked it out. And this was like a month ago or whatever that they did this live performance. Couldn't tell anything, but then I was going back after I heard about it, and I was just listening through those lyrics again. And man, I feel like he's just been postponing this for 20 years or whatever. Like, all of his music was inspired by it,
Yeah. I mean, if you read his bio and what he went through as a child, very traumatic. He was sexually abused for years. So he found a musical group and followed them. And that's when he kind of found his musical talents and left all that crap behind. But like you said, listening to his lyrics, it probably correlates now that you
some way.
I mean, to me, it correlates because I didn't know until I read about it.
I thought it was one of those Facebook hoaxes that like you see all the time, and it's like, no, this person didn't really die. But then I saw that the Paper Tongues posted it, and I was like, oh, this is real.
I mean, it's sad,
man. Yeah,
it's too bad. It just kind of makes you sick.
One Step Closer to the Edge was that's what turned me, one of the songs that turned me on the rock.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It's crazy. It is. And like you said, man, if anybody's out there that needs help, like, they just got to reach out. Thanks for letting us talk about it, Donnie. Appreciate that.
Well, on a serious note, everyone can, pay respects, talk about however they feel like doing it. So that's the right way to do it. All right.
So,
well, I think, do you guys want to go ahead and get started? Lost, how are you, man?
Let's start the show.
So welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Brewmasters Club cast. Here is what you have to look forward to in tonight's episode.
Thunder for Rye Guy.
Every week.
I've noticed every time I mention it, I'm like, I got a grapefruit shandy. A lot of women have been like, oh, that's cool. I like those. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, it's cool. So a lot of backpedaling there, but seems to be a hit with the ladies. You're good with the dust. Less the dust, bro. That's what we always say. Said it once. Here's a bunch of crap. You Sorry.
You listen here now, you son of a bitch. Frozen 1 and 2 will both become the bane of your existence, and that's okay.
That's okay. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Well,
when I picked you up as a kid, these boys wanted to eat you. I saved your life. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I saw a shirt the other day that said Lakeland. It said, it's Swan Cool Place. And I thought, this is a great town to be alive.
Who didn't like Aladdin?
Yeah, I mean, that was my jam.
Yeah.
That was my jam.
The original Street Rant? Come on. Nebula and Gamora.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Okay,
yeah.
Didn't realize you guys were that close. Didn't realize you guys were the first fucking name basis, Lost Man.
Hey, what can I say?
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Sure, I'm a Sith Lord. I really am.
Because think about it, every room then is a pool view if the pool's in space.
Sure.
So on the 4th floor, you can find our gym, and on the 3rd floor, you can battle with a droid if you'd like.
Darth Vader's on the 8th floor, so be prepared if you go up there. You will die.
So,
that's awesome.
You crazy mother.
Welcome to the official podcast of the Brewmasters Club, Craft Brews and Geek News. Sit back, pour yourself a pint, and let's get into it. Now here's the founder of the Brewmasters Club and your host, Donnie Gallagher.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Good evening, craft beer fans. This is the official Brewmasters Club podcast. My name is Donnie, and this is Craft Brews and Geek News. I'm joined tonight by some lovely women here. First off, Mr. Dane, how are you, sir?
Doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Good. Secondly, Mr. Lousman, how are you, sir, with your shaved face, I mean?
Unbearded and not thrilled, but it'll be all right. I think I'll pull through.
All right. And last but especially not least, Mr. Ryan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here as always. And I might be signing off a little early tonight. I got to catch a 6 a.m. flight. So
no problem at all. All right. So first off, what we always do is we get into what are we drinking? What are we going to drink? Right now, what we're going to start talking. Who wants to kick us off? Because I brought an oldie but a goodie but I really do enjoy it.
Well, I'm drinking Cold Mountain. So there's that.
Yeah.
Did your dad bring you some more?
No. No, whatever. It is what it is.
So
he's so sad.
He's almost done with it. He's only got 7 left?
I thought it was 9.
Slowly but surely.
9 something. Well, what I brought was the Head Flesh and Blood IPA. I had talked about it a couple weeks ago, and just finally now got a chance to bring it up for the cast. So I love it. It's great. It's one of my favorite IPAs. It's really heavy. It's not as fruity, and it's very hoppy. So it's definitely one of my more favorite IPAs. I really just love the red. It's like a dark red color. It's really just a beautiful looking beer. It's got a great head. Again, it smells more hoppy. It tastes more hoppy than fruity. Notes of pine, a lot of orange peel, kind of citrusness to it, a lot of lemon, very hop heavy, but it pulls it off, just so well. It's really just a nice drinking beer. So I brought it. I also brought a secondary beer, but I may not get into that. It depends. This one's going down pretty smooth, so I probably will get into that one. Loustman, what'd you bring?
I have, and by default, I did not necessarily choose this. I have one Leinenkugel grapefruit shandy. I didn't pick it, truth be told. It was kind of left over, and somehow I was like, well, I don't want that getting warm, so I put it in the fridge and didn't go to the store. So it smells like grapefruit. It tastes a lot like grapefruit mixed with honey, and there's no noticeable beer qualities about it, in my opinion.
Tastes like orange juice?
It's not very beery. It just literally, I've noticed every time I mention it, I'm like, I got a grapefruit shandy. A lot of women have been like, oh, that's cool. I like those. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, it's cool. So it seems to be a hit with the ladies.
Oh, that's good. Always good.
Yeah, not so much my cup of tea or shandy.
Should have kept the beard.
Well, I feel like just ditching the beard and sipping shandies. You guys know me. Just.
I don't want to rub
my stories.
I don't want to rub dirt in your wound, but it was between Cold Mountain and a Leinenkugel summer shandy, and I pulled a Cold Mountain out. So.
That's the same play.
That's you made the right. A wicked cool burn.
You made a right decision. I'm not going to tell you didn't, Dane. I don't know what you want from me right now.
I was like, will I get more flack for this or this? I was like, oh god,
shandy.
Yeah,
although
shandy.
It is summertime, and there's something to be said for a shandy by the pool or at the beach or something. I mean, they're easy to drink, and they do go down pretty smooth. The problem with them, you can drink like 1,000 of them and not know about it. So that's the hard part with those.
I agree with that.
Well, Mr. Ryan, what'd you have this evening, sir? Is it one of your own?
It is, as a matter of fact. Good call, Donnie. This is the espresso or vanilla espresso stout that I brewed a couple weeks back and bottled. The black malt, I kind of kicked it up a notch for this one, so it's got a good bite to it on the malt or on the stout side of everything, and then the espresso with the vanilla just sort of brings everything home, and it's absolutely delicious. So
divine. That sounds amazing. While he's negotiating.
So yeah, it's just a really good beer. It's full bodied. It's really rich, and the espresso with the vanilla, like I said, is just a really good balance for everything. So I've got 2 more left in the fridge. If you want to come by and get one, Donnie.
Dan, can I swing by?
I would love to.
Can I swing by for a stone?
Yeah.
Trade you a shandy.
Yeah, we'll make that transaction work. No worries.
It's perfectly fine as long as you guys don't touch this one, because I just can't get enough of these things. I really can't. The Sequench Ale, we talked about the saves and sour, and I just can't get enough of them. I don't know why.
It's so good.
I'm gonna grab a 12-pack. I'm just gonna buy a whole bunch of them because
I'm going to do the same.
You need to change the game up there a little bit, Dane, for sure.
Oh, well, this is the at-home vibe. I've been out and about getting after it. So I've been at a couple breweries doing my thing. So
Send us some photos next time then, Dane, so we know what you're doing.
I'll send you a photo right now, fucker, of these nuts. How about that?
No, please save that for your Instagram and Snapchats.
All right, Ryan. While he's sifting through photos, do you want to? You brought up this next article about the beers in America, specifically one or two that may be the best for 2017, and there was some controversies and turnover here. Do you want to go through these so we can get on with the beer piece, because we've got a lot of other news, and I feel like we're going to run out of time very quickly.
So basically, Pliny has had its time. Pliny is over, and Bell's has taken the top #1 spot for the country's best IPA, and that's big because it's been #1. Pliny the Elder has been #1 for I think 14 years running or something. Like every year they're always #1. So Bell's Two Hearted is now in the #1 seat, and I gotta say, if you listened to what Ashley and I did last week, we had the Bell's Two Hearted. It's a fantastic beer, like full flavor. You can taste all the elements, and it doesn't kick you in the teeth with too much hops. So
it's something to be said when a small brewery out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, can go ahead and kick the 15, 14, whatever you said, year champ off the pedestal. I think that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
Highly at Bell's. I mean, right? I mean, Lost, you had Oberon, 2 weeks ago, I think?
Yep.
3 weeks ago?
Delicious. Yep.
Yeah, it's they make good beer, man. So I don't blame them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know if
Two Hearted is a repeat offender for me.
Yeah, I don't know if the Two Hearted is better than other IPAs I've had. Like even Cigar City's Highlight, I think is probably in my more. I appreciate that one more than the Bell's Two Hearted, but I don't know. That's cool. It's neat that they're so well received.
Well, and that could be too because we're used to Cigar City. We're used to the Highlight. We're used to that citrus burst at the end. The Two Hearted, I'm sure you've had it. It doesn't have all of that extra citrus hop to it. So it's a little more well balanced, but it's not overly hopped at the same time. Like it's not going to be like the Elysium where it's just all hops. Like it's an actual beer, which is distinctive, and then you get the hops too. So that's where the balance sort of comes in. I think that's why it's, making a good name for itself and readily available in most of our supermarkets down here. I know Publix is carrying it. I know ABC Liquors is carrying it. So that's really nice to know because when I get back into town for my business trip, I'm going to pick up a 6-pack and have some.
Yeah. So Ryan, just in the sake of time, once you get a sip there, why don't you walk us through the top few 4 or 5, and then walk us through the top breweries, and then we can move on to this geeky stuff that's sucking up most of the time here.
Yeah, so we got Bell's Two Hearted, that's #1, and then followed by the Russian River Pliny and the Elder. Then comes in Founders Breakfast Stout, Three Floyds Zombie Dust, and then Bell's again with the Hop Slam. They got 2 on the list within the top 5 right there. And then jumping down to our top ranked breweries, you got Bell's at #1, Founders out of Grand Rapids, then Russian River Brewing Company, and then our unofficial sponsor, Sierra Nevada. So I think that's really awesome there. And Stone Brewing is coming in at #5. And we've talked a lot about them on the podcast. So, all those are great breweries. And I love the fact that we've had all of these beers, except I have not had the Pliny and the Elder. So I need to get on that. Maybe do a
dust. I have not had that.
No, you know what? I was thinking Elysium Space Dust. I have not had the Zombie Dust. Like I wonder.
No, I don't. I've had the Founders. I've not, and I think I've had Pliny, but I don't remember. So maybe not. But I've definitely not had Zombie Dust.
It'd be interesting to find out why they called it Zombie Dust because, I'm not sure one would want to drink that for fear of becoming a zombie.
Well, I think Ross had an explanation. He was telling me a little bit earlier.
It's not how it happens.
Ross, why don't you elaborate on it? You know exactly what happened there, how that name came. Sure, go ahead.
So yeah, it's definitely not how that happens. It's a liquid form that is contagious to humans. So just don't add water, man. The dust is cool though. That's fine. You're good with the dust. Less the dust, bro. That's what we always say. Said it once.
So is that why they call it Zombie Dust?
Yep, because they're too busy lusting that dust. Exactly why. They say it all the time. You guys, you've heard it. I could go on and on about that.
Next.
That's the best I got, man.
All right, bring it on home.
I do want to say that Lagunitas is on there, and I'm really happy about that too because I got a hop stupid on deck. So how I'm getting up at 3 a.m. I don't know.
All right. Well, we can.
Good night.
You listen in and chime in for what you want to, but we'll kind of transition into this girthy pile of geek news that we have, only because D23 happened late last week and into the beginning of this week, and we have a lot of coverage to go through. So we'll be quick, but Ryan, thank you for the insight on that.
Yeah, guys, appreciate that. That's pretty much all my time here. So have fun with the rest of the show.
All right. For this next segment, we do the geek news. Send it back or drink it, whatever you, however you want to consume it. Is that what we do? Yeah, that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first off, yes, D23 was last week, and they launched. They announced a whole bunch of crap. A lot of it was real good stuff. Some of it.
Mickey Mouse goes, "Here's a bunch of crap."
You
Sorry.
You listen here now, you son of a bitch. All right. So first off, I broke it. We broke it into sections, and we'll just kind of go. We'll run through these quick, right? We'll do them down and dirty, and then we can expand on each one that we want to, because there was bits and pieces of some of these that I really do want to go into. But first off, Disney animation, and again, you guys tell me if you know anything more you want to expand on this, but. Animation stuff. So they're doing some new movies, of course. There's a new Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet. I liked Wreck-It Ralph. Did you guys like Wreck-It Ralph?
Yep.
Loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It was funny. John C. Reilly's the man, and I thought overall it was good. So I'm excited to see this. They showed a clip from this that was pretty good, and it basically had like them running through the internet, and like the Star Wars characters were part of it. Like the Disney princesses were part of it. Like they're going to really tie it in. The thing they did really cool with the first movie is they brought a bunch of the old school games in, right? And they had like Atari and like all these old things. So now they're going to bring in like 2017. And now that Disney owns all these properties, there'll be Marvel characters and all sorts of shit. So should be a lot of fun. I think that's cool. Frozen 2, it's coming. Whatever. Yep. Frozen 1 was fine. Dane, I'm sure as your young daughter gets older, Frozen 1 and 2 will both become the bane of your existence, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Take
Got
it.
that one loaded.
Yeah, take it, because that's happening. And she's at the right age for it, too, because as soon as she starts really knowing what movies are, Frozen 2 will be out, and then you can just, you can suck on that. So that'll be fun.
Winter here all the time. Cold Mountain and Frozen.
Oh, good God.
Just winter. God.
They do complement each other.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yeah. So that's probably going to happen for you. Sorry. Anyways.
All right.
So there's a new one coming that's an animated film, and it's in a suburban fictitious universe that has no humans, but there's elves, gnomes, and all sorts of crap. I don't know, whatever. That's the crap side of it. I'm sure it'll be sweet. Disney does a good job, whatever. Moving on, live action. So they're doing a Lion King, real life Lion King. What is real life Lion King? Which will be sweet because they say it's live action, but in reality, there's absolutely no humans and it's all computer generated. So I don't really know what they mean by live action, but imagine Jungle Book.
Live animals.
Well,
yes.
Nope. It'll still be CGI, but it'll be like the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book with less people, right?
The Jungle Book with no people.
They will make it look real, not animated. They're going to do that for every Disney movie. Watch. You just watch.
Great.
I mean, they did a good job with Jungle Book. I liked it. Did you guys like Jungle Book?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, I bought that. For sure.
You should watch it. You should watch it on Blu-ray. Fucking 4K, dude. It's sick.
Sick.
It's really
insane. Far away from that technology.
Yeah, well, it's impressive. It's becoming better and better. That uncanny valley is just dissipating, and it's really getting very hard to tell is that a lion really talking? Like I feel like my dogs are talking now just because you watch The Lion King, and then you watch some of this other stuff. So I don't know, but they showed some footage of that, which would be pretty sweet. I think it's going to kick the shit out of Avatar. Because right now, Avatar is like one of the greatest visually astounding things that that are out there. Sure. But Jungle Book was sick, and I guarantee the Lion King, the London King, is that what I was about to say? The London
Royal King.
Okay. The Lion King will probably be a lot better. So it's gonna be good. Bullshit Mary Poppins, that's fine. You know what's funny about Mary Poppins?
All right.
Well, you know what's funny about Mary Poppins coming out?
What's that?
Is that everybody relates Mary Poppins. If you look, just Google Mary Poppins Guardians and the
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
That's my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Bro, I
Mary
could not stop
Poppins.
laughing. I'm Mary
Yeah.
Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, yo. Well, if you seriously just Google
Oh,
do this.
shit.
Have you not done it yet? Everybody, right now, Google Mary Poppins Yondu, and if you do not laugh at what you see after you Google that, you're a goddamn heartless bastard. Because it's the funniest bullshit you'll ever see. This Mary Poppins Yondu, because all the movie posters started coming out, and everybody just was commenting like Yondu. And people started photoshopping like madmen, and all of a sudden it was just like it's real bad. It's real bad. Like all the photoshops are just really very serious. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. So.
When I picked you up as a kid, these boys wanted to eat you. I saved your life. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah.
That's
boy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
my personal favorite is the one where he's on the cover of like Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah.
And it was her face, but they like stripped.
My favorite's the cover of the original Mary Poppins movie, and they just put Yondu in. Like that's all they changed, and it says I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
fantastic.
There's a T-shirt like that I really want to get. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. So yes, very excited about that. I think that's cool for Yondu, whatever Mary Poppins. A Wrinkle in Time. I don't know jack shit about that. Do you guys?
No, but it looks visually good.
I just know that
good actors.
Oprah's in it. Good for her. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So Tim Burton is doing a version of Dumbo that's
Dumbo.
live action, which I've seen elephants fly. I've watched Operation Dumbo Drop. Okay, like I know what that looks like. I'm sure it'll be exactly the same as that, right? Because how else could they possibly do it?
It has to be.
An elephant.
You get my boy D Glover in the mix. Of course, it's going to be an all-star. Come on now.
Well, like an elephant, I can't even imagine an elephant flying. So how is that going to work?
I don't even remember Dumbo, the animated Disney.
What? Let me give you the cliff notes. He flies, and he's an elephant.
Yeah, I know he's got the big ears that flies.
Yeah. So imagine a Jungle Book or Lion King, CGI elephant flying. Now that's ridiculous.
Not excited.
Ridiculous. And for some reason they gave it to Tim Burton. I don't know why.
Whatever.
Whatever. There's some bullshit about the Nutcracker in Four Realms.
Nutcracker's gonna be like Black Swan.
I didn't see Black Swan, so I don't know.
Ooh, you're missing out on that one. I saw a shirt the other day that said Lakeland. It said it's Swan Cool Place. And I thought this is a great town to be alive.
You should be making these shirts.
I got the opportunity to buy that one. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
No, don't do it. I'm gonna make a new shirt for you, and I'll send it to you.
Please do.
So, anyways, Aladdin. Right?
Yes. Aladdin. Yep, Aladdin's on there. That's awesome. I'm ready for Aladdin. Just because who didn't like Aladdin?
Yeah, I mean that was my jam.
Yeah,
that was my jam.
The original Street Rant. Come on, get out of here.
Yep,
good stuff.
Will Smith as the genie.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I wonder. Okay, here's you guys want some money on this? Let's make a real bet out of this.
All right.
Loser has to drink a shandy.
Loser has to drink a shandy. Yes, true or false? There will be a Will Smith genie rap that encompasses the entire plot at the end of the movie to roll the credits. What do you guys?
Oh my god!
Over under. Every movie Will Smith's in is a rap with the credits.
So here, all right. So the soundtrack is gonna have a bunch of Will Smith songs on it, and one of those songs he's gonna rap it at the end.
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to.
Yeah, I'll take the over on that.
I'll take the over on that. Okay, I'll take under. Laos, it's on you.
Oh god, I'll take under on that one. I hope it doesn't happen.
Ooh, okay, so spicy.
All right.
So all the songs, like he'll rap it. You're right. He'll have the songs and they'll rap and whatever. I mean, I'm sure they'll be good. Disney's not fucking around anymore. Like there was a time when Disney would make subpar shit, we are past that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
They are the end all be all. They have
That's true.
to put out.
they are striking gold with everything they do, and they are taking no prisoners. Like they are straight up going for the gusto. So, yeah, you better know that. Yeah, you little bastards.
This is better with just a small picture of you.
We're not fucking around anymore.
We should all use little small pictures.
I don't know what happened to mine. All right, whatever. The phone has like 20% battery. It's probably dead already. So, anyways, keep going. All right. So next up, something I was excited about: Marvel and the Infinity War. What do you think about that?
Gonna be crazy.
They showed some footage. Sorry, go ahead. What?
I was gonna say it's gonna go on forever.
Ooh,
Boo.
got him.
All right.
So essentially, we saw the first footage. So you see, Thanos is like 9 feet tall, right? And he hurls a planet at the Avengers, and this little thing that they showed, which is nuts. There's like 40 different Marvel characters that are in this movie, which is crazy. The Guardians eventually, these were, so the thing is like the Guardians. So Star-Lord's driving this ship, and he Thor hits the dashboard, like the windshield.
Yep.
At one point, like this is crazy shit.
Giving, in essence, giving away the end of the new Thor movie.
Well, we don't know if, obviously he won't die, but we don't know if he has his hammer, if he doesn't have his hammer. Like we don't really know.
But he's got the short haircut.
Oh yeah,
So he
had the short
got
haircut.
that going for him. Yeah, great.
Did you see the trailer? Was it leaked, Dan?
No, I did not see it. I just read notes on it of people who did see it.
I read vague notes. I didn't read that it was anything detailed, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I read that he has a short haircut. Star-Lord finds them, and he's like, "Who the hell are you guys?" And then that's all they really had. And then they released Thanos' children.
Yeah,
like,
the Black Squad or whatever they are, and if there's four of them, and they like carry out his bidding. But where the hell were they in the other movies? Why did we get Robot Girl in the green
you
one?
got two of them that are from Guardians, kind of doing their own thing.
So there's two other ones, makes four.
Robot Girl.
Yeah, the Robot Girl.
Yeah, Robot Girl and Green Girl.
Nebula and Gamora.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't realize you guys were that close. Didn't realize you guys were the first fucking name basis, lost man.
Hey, what can I say?
Who do you think you are, Star-Lord?
I know names of two peoples who were in movies.
No, look at you.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Rolling up that corporate ramp, you know me.
So I don't know, but here's the deal. So Star-Lord is, Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever. They're in the same universe as the Asgardians, right?
Yes.
So why do they not? So are they just like, well, because the Asgardians are like basically an ancient Roman civilization, right? That's everything's perfect, but why don't they have like crazy space people there? Do they just not let them in, or are they just doing their own thing? I don't.
Wait, where are you speaking of?
So like Peter Quill is just hanging out in the galaxy, right? And Asgardians are on their own planet, but people don't interact with them. Why? That's my question. It's like if we had ultimate power to go anywhere in the galaxy, why wouldn't you just go to that planet and live there? But when you see any of the Thor movies, you never see anybody else besides a bunch of mini Thors and little, regular Thors running around. Why?
Oh, they're their own. Maybe that's just that's just one universe, and they're all on their own separate planets, obviously, and they just happen to come together in this. I don't think they really know of each other.
Oh,
there was some sort of portal.
So they're in different universes, you think? So they're not.
I think they're in the same universe. They're in the same galaxy. Well,
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm confused about that point.
See, in my mind, it's the Avengers are on planet Earth, and planet Earth is its own, planet, obviously. But there's other planets with civilization.
They're just beyond our.
And the Guardians.
Cluster.
The Guardians are out in space.
Yeah.
And they're, I don't know. But the other thing is, like, in the old, I don't know if it's the second or third one, of the Avengers, but when all that shit's coming from space, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, well, where are the Guardians?
Right.
Why aren't they, fighting these things? So
I just maybe they're just very, very far away from
fucking
from each other.
far away.
So far.
And maybe Thor running into their windshield like a bug is just, a 1 in a billion thing. And he's like, well, I've got friends on Earth. Well, actually, I hate them because they never allow me to play with them in the Avengers movies, which are funny clips if you haven't seen those. Those clips are pretty funny.
His roommate, Doug.
Yeah.
Or whoever it is.
And like we discussed it a bit in a previous podcast about Thor hanging out with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, which we saw, yeah.
In the end of that movie, and it was kind of like, well, when does that come into play?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I think it's all happening. They've leaked parts of that. Like there's been behind the scenes footage where it's like I think Doctor Strange and Thor are fighting Thanos at one point in the beginning of it. I don't know. It's crazy, but it's going to be very cool. I think it's going to be a great movie. I think this is going to be one of the ones that you look back and be like, yeah, that was badass. Hopefully. And
I think they could have pushed this movie maybe a little bit farther down the line, but I think a lot of the actors, it's kind of hard to hold on to all these actors at once. Yeah. So I think it's now or never.
Yeah, well, you can't see it, but there's 2 parts to this too. So I think it'll be a bigger movie than this one. Yeah.
Got it.
I believe so. Wow.
Well, I'm excited. Else? Looks good.
I'm excited too.
Just that I think for the Asgardians, there was some sort of portal. I said it earlier, but we kind of glossed over it.
No, I think heard that's you, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there is a portal. So they're either very, very far away and you have to take a portal to get there, or they're in an alternate area, place, whatever. I think there's validity to both, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, and Star-Lord's from Earth. So
yeah.
He's from Terra.
Well, okay.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
That was a clean one right there.
We got to move on. So moving on past that, because we're gonna wrap things up here very shortly. Lastly, on Marvel, Mark Ruffalo says, "Don't hold your breath for a Hulk movie unless you want to turn green too or blue and then die. Just don't do it. How about that? Just don't do it.
No Hulk movie. We don't need it.
Don't think it's happening.
Why would we need another one?
We don't.
They keep bringing them out and they screw them up. So just leave them alone.
Have you guys seen Homecoming yet?
Please.
Have you guys seen the
Nope.
Okay, neither have I.
Nope.
But what I've heard is that there is almost there is literally like no intro as to how he got his powers, right? So boom, he's Spider-Man, he's doing his thing, he's a teenager. Yeah. Great. That's all we need, right? We don't need a standalone Hulk. We don't need an intro story. We don't need anything. Let Hulk just be Hulk. Let him be in Hulk Ragnarok, Thor, whatever. That's fine. Yeah. Great. Perfect. Let him jump onto the Infinity War. Awesome. Great. Let's do that too. He doesn't need another movie. Fine.
No.
With it. All right, moving on.
I'm good with that.
Theme parks.
Yes.
So fucking stoked. We got a name, boys. We got a name.
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge.
Oh.
So both
there goes that.
both Orlando and California are gonna have the Galaxy's Edge, which is sick, and there'll be different pieces of it for each one. I kind of listed some bullet points on our notes here in a little bit of priority order because things that I thought were very cool. First off, being the hotel, the Disney, the Star Wars hotel, which is fucking insane. You guys remember when? Last, you might remember when, like, the Polynesian did its big renovations, and then all of a sudden you couldn't get a hotel room there for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? They're building a Star Wars hotel where every guest gets to become a citizen of the galaxy and have their own Star Wars adventure up to the minute. It's part of Disney's new 360 vacation concept, which means we'll basically never be able to do it. So I don't know how the hell this is going to happen, but it's a new concept that they're doing, which is apparently unlike anything else that exists today, according to Bob Chapek, the chairman of the Walt Disney World Parks and Resorts. Cool. Sick.
I mean, if that's the case, if it's like just like the Polynesian when they redid all that and there's just zero way to get in, I mean, I'll still dress like an Imperial officer and just go crush beers in the parking lot if that's what it takes to be close to this.
Well, so I told
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that's part of the story. I'm that one guy that gets his arm chopped off in the kid.
You don't know. I was on the wait, what was it? The Invincible. You don't know my struggle. It's gonna be great.
So you're just a stormtrooper with PTSD now? Like that's all you are?
No, I want to be an officer.
I'm a Sith Lord. I really am.
Oh boy.
I think it's gonna be absolutely insane. And for once, because we've gone to Disney hotels before, my wife's like, "Oh, listen, like I could just stay at the resort all day. It'll be fine." I'm like, "Yeah, that's great." I'm like, "But really, the fucking theme to It's a Small World is getting really goddamn annoying." I'm like, "I need to get out of here." For once, I was like, when this place happens, and if we ever get a place to crash here, I will never leave this goddamn hotel. I'm just gonna wander around. I'll bring my own costume. I don't need to get in your costume.
I'm gonna need like 2 weeks.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna pony up, and then I might just like bounce off into space somewhere. Who knows, man? Like, ugh, I don't. Ugh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Very excited.
Yeah.
But guess what, Californians, it ain't coming your way. So sorry about that. It's just gonna be in Disney World here in Orlando, which is great. I'm good with that. Super stoked. The windows are into space, right?
Yeah.
So like, I imagine a lot of like VR, like AR, excuse me. So like, I think they'll still have windows, but I believe they'll have, I can see spaceships landing and taking off in the distance, and because windows don't move. So I think they'll still have overlays, but I think a majority of the rooms will look like starship rooms, right? And you'll see windows that are into the galaxy, which would be insane. It's so easy to do, right? Because think about it, every room then is a pool view if the pool's in space.
Sure.
Or every room could be a planet side room, whatever.
I'm hoping there's not too much weird role playing going on. Like I come out of the elevator and someone like greets me in a weird Jedi way or something. I might be like, look, man, I'm just trying to hit the bar. Like,
tries to sell you death sticks.
And then like I look down, I'm like, oh well, I guess I am dressed up as a Jedi Knight. God.
Yeah, I don't know how the costumes are gonna work unless they're like shitty and they're like the bathroom robes that you can wear, and then everyone's just wearing like a fuzzy bathroom robe. Like, there's my Jedi robe. It's like, no, it's not. Where are your pants, sir?
Are they gonna give me lightsabers and blasters? Are people gonna be offended by that?
That's what I told Chet. Chet and I were talking about this, and he's like, I can't wait to fucking get into a gun battle to fight someone to get back into my hotel or to get to the ice machine.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't wait to kill a stormtrooper to get a bucket of ice. I was like, I don't think that's how it's gonna happen, but
that'd be so epic.
It would be if they're just like waiting around the corners, waiting to sneak you. And everybody's
like when you're checking in, they're like, okay, sir, for an extra $100, you can get in a battle to the death everywhere you go. I'll be like, all right.
So on the 4th floor, you can find our gym, and on the 3rd floor, you can get into a merciless death battle with a droid if you'd like.
Darth Vader's on the 8th floor, so be prepared if you go up there. You will die.
So you could basically, for a little bit of additional cost, you can put a bounty on your own head.
Yes. Where's Boba? Come get it, Boba.
Would you like to say in the Imperial wing or the Rebels? Be careful, because there's ATSTs that walk by and will blast your ass to death.
Yeah. Imperial, of course.
Yeah, you don't go by the arcade after 8. It's full of Ewoks, and they're all bastards. I don't know.
This could be cool.
Yeah, either way, that's just one thing. The hotel gets me excited because I love to be immersed in it. But really, the biggest piece of this is the Galaxy's Edge will be 14 acres, man. Like, that's huge. 14 acres for a theme park renovation is insane. I don't even know what this will look like, but it's. I mean, they showed like a miniature kind of mock-up of what it did look like. And if you guys watch that featurette. It showed, the trailer for the new, or not the trailer, but the behind the scenes for the movie, and they showed all sorts of stuff about the Galaxy's Edge itself and what it's going to look like at the parks. Unique drink concoctions, cantina bar, that's going to be fucking sick. There'll be a whole bunch of things to do there. I don't know if there'll be alcohol there. That's still undecided, but I'll bring my own alcohol, so it's fine. The cool thing about the cantina is that, remember Rex, the pilot from Star Tours?
He's
will
the
be
DJ.
He'll be the DJ. So that'll be cool. And then there'll be a Mos Eisley. Go ahead.
Why are we not getting the blue elephant from?
That's what I thought.
He only plays the keys, man. He only plays the keys. He ain't no DJ.
Yeah,
but he definitely don't miss no gig. If you know that reference, you are real deep. But he don't miss no gig. So really hope that
maybe he's there just jamming out, man, with the band.
Hopefully, the band. Yeah, I hope he's there somewhere.
So on top of all that shit, there's an Mos Eisley Cantina, and then there's also going to be a new table concept that's not been named yet, in addition to an otherworldly street market, so we can walk through and basically grab some of those things. If you guys don't know, Rogue One is on Netflix right now. Check it out. Watch it again, because what I envision when they're going through the markets in Jeddah, or before then when Cassian kills that rebel spy. Spoiler alert. There's a very slender corridor that they walk by with food and street vendors and lots of people. I'm like, oh, that's exactly what Disney wants, is to recreate this exact scenario where you can't even turn around without bumping into some of their goddamn tourists who's eating bugs off a stick. That's what it's going to be, in my opinion. So I don't know.
Because it looks just like that, and often people are eating bugs off sticks.
Yeah, but those costumes aren't fake.
No, they're not wearing costumes. They're just crazy looking people. It's a pretty scary flea market that I go to. Yeah,
it's
pretty great.
All right, so that was a shitload of stuff on the theme parks. The very last thing. Do you guys have anything else on that before we go to the sizzle reel?
Nope.
All right.
Nope. Sizzle it up. Yep. Sorry.
Well, let me break it down for you. I mean, basically, don't read the sizzle. I mean, don't even watch it if you don't want to get you can watch it because it's all very, very brief, but it does break down a lot of stuff in Rian Johnson's new movie, a little thing called The Last Jedi. I mean, it shows some of the cave scenes, some of the action scenes. There's, Rey diving into a green screen pool. Who knows what the hell that is? There's some explosions. There's a lot of the stormtroopers and Captain Phasma. There's an A-wing, for Pete's sake. C-3PO standing in front of broken windows on the bridge of a ship. I mean, they're giving away a whole lot here. I really don't even want to go into that much of it, just because of how much they give away. But it really looks, it's promising to be a very faithful, addition to Star Wars. Episode 8 was really pretty good. I enjoyed it. I don't know about you guys.
I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good. I from the pictures and links that I'm seeing here, like General Hux driving in a freaking Nazi car looking speeder. I mean, these little subtle touches are just, it looks really badass. This Marie Tran chick who I interviewed at Star Wars Celebration, looks like she's in it quite a bit. She's got a lot to do with Finn, and they get into a little bit of trouble. Benicio del Toro's got some weird golden helmet thing. That's kind of unique. There's a whole bunch of animals and creatures that they mentioned. Poe Dameron does some sliding shit. And there's a big fuzzy guy with long ears. Yeah, so what do you think? You think they're leaving the casino? Like, what do you think they're doing with this guy?
Yeah, they're probably leaving the casino. There's a lot. I felt like there was a lot that they gave away.
They gave away a lot, but none of it was like I can map out a vague timeline, but I don't think I know anything more than
It was just, to me, mainly more behind the scenes kind of stuff more than anything, and I felt myself trying to figure out things when in reality I'm probably like, well, I'm probably wrong on most things, so we'll let it play out. But it was really cool to see, really get your blood pumping for it.
It really does. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, it's very good. Bunch of action scenes, bunch of folks training. Adam Driver was training, and Ray was training, and there's a bunch of Princess Leia in there too. Of course, Admiral Akbar said it's a rep when they finished, which is nice. So it's just very good. Yeah, very good stuff, man. So
good shit.
I'm all about it.
Super stoked. Glad I didn't watch that sizzle reel. Because that might have been too much. I'm okay. I'm okay without that.
It's like a half second here, a half second there. It's very quick.
It's just
I don't want
showing them having fun, showing
Yeah.
some of the makeup and the costumes and
Admiral Akbar ordering his coffee and saying it's a frap.
Something like
Dude.
that.
If that's on there, then I will watch it. But
something similar.
I don't know about that. That coffee,
Well,
it's got to be a frat.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Hey,
Love Dengar.
I've got to figure out which one of these I'm Mary Poppins, y'all shirts I'm buying. That's all I got to figure out.
is there a shirt? Oh my God, I gotta get it. Do it.
Anything else, guys? Nothing
Do it.
else?
Do
All
it.
right. Okay. Is Dane on repeat or is he just.
Yep,
Do it.
he's broken.
No, we're good.
Okay. Okay, good.
We're good.
That's great.
Close it up.
All right.
Louse, what do we always say at the end of our show?
We say if you can't do it, then don't screw it. Boom.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Okay, so wait, before we stop, where can they find you guys? Please
Oh yeah,
tell everyone.
you can find me at I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. 11. No, you can find me at DT Mirt on Twitter.
You should just change your Twitter handle to I'm Mary Poppins y'all right
I'm
now.
gonna fucking do it right now.
Louse, where can they find you, man?
I can be found at Mr. Louseman. That's it.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
And of course, you can always find us at the Brewmasters Club on Twitter, Facebook, social medias in general, Instagram, and YouTube. Or you can hashtag Brewmasters Club Cast to communicate with us here at the show. Contribute some ideas. Let us know what you want to talk about. Talk about it with us. And make sure you stick around and, of course, buy that T-shirt that we're going to go ahead and talk about here in a little bit. We will tweet that out shortly. You can always help support the show by visiting our Amazon link pasted below. If you click that and purchase anything at all, it gives us a small commission back, and it helps fund the show. So we appreciate you guys. Love you. And we will talk to you later. Laos, again, as you say at the end of every show.
Twice. So that's the end of the show. But we're sorry we have to go. Just let us know if you're good to go.
That's it. All right. Goodbye.
Okay, bye. That was a song.
Yay.
I'm quite proud of that song.
Good job, everybody.
You've been listening to the official podcast of the Brewmasters Club, Craft Brews and Geek News. Grab a beer with the guys and be sure to subscribe to catch additional content. Add this podcast to your favorite RSS feed or iTunes. Chat with the guys on Twitter at Brewmasters Club and Facebook and online at www.brewmasters.club. Cheers!